Let me know if you can hear me. Coming on into the room here. Give a shout out to Danica. My sound was off a few minutes ago. Thank you, sister, for being in the house. Let us know if it's your first time. Evan, my brother Evan in the house. John, Lewis. Okay, Military Mike. And we also have a new person here from the Air Force. Hold on, let me enlarge the screen here. All right. Keep it legal, I think. Keep it legal. I like that name. Yep, okay. Sounds good. Okay, thank you, thank you. Oasis is in the house. Mannheim, Germany. I was stationed in Bamberg, Germany. Okay. AKA Income to You. But we're going to call you by the name you're going by right now. Keeping it legal. But thanks for letting us know it was you. Alaskan, you say North Pole. Now, I'm so glad that y'all here and y'all joined us. We appreciate you. We just going to call him what the? Orange Mountain, Tennessee. One of my fellow brothers in the Army was from Tennessee. I forget what part. My brother Richard. Now, okay, whiskey for me, Canada, but our brother say he out that sauce right now. Good thing. All right. We got GL in the house. Somewhere on the globe, he's in an undisclosed location. That's great. This is great. Now, we have EM in the house. Can we ask questions later? You can ask questions later, no problem at all. And throughout it, we might answer some on while we're going. This is an interactive live stream. This is like nothing you people have never done, because a lot of people talk at veterans. We talk to veterans here at the H-Town Vet. Okay? Now, Danica says this is her first time. Okay, Fort Leonard Wood, Army, 68W. Okay, I think that's the MOS. From Mobile, Alabama. Good friend of mine, Gilbert, when I was in Virginia, he was in the Navy, and he was from Mobile, Alabama. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We thank you for being here. Let us know if you're active duty or if you're a veteran, because some people are active duty. Let us know. Okay, say somewhere on flat Earth. Wonderful, wonderful. We got an interesting topic to talk about. Our topics, I usually bring them from things that we discuss. So many of the topics are going to be veteran driven. Okay, so we're trying to find out things that you're interested in, things that you want to know about, things that you want to talk about. Even at the end, we have what you call the after party, where you can discuss pretty much what you want to. We got some of our regulars here. Let's see what EM saying here. I'm writing down the questions and asking them when you're done with your lesson, because always I'm gonna put that information out there. Then we're gonna get to that after party where y'all can talk about veteran information, veteran benefits, and we can talk about whatever you want to. This is a, I guess you call it a veteran support group, where we all come together, we can relate to each other, where we can go somewhere where we're respected. Now, look, I'm gonna have to skip down to our sister Danica. She's the second one. You see how many of the active duty personnel are coming into the room? We had our brother the other night come in, 2 or 3 of them, active duty. Spread the word, Danica, because many of these things that we talk about, we didn't know about them when we were in the military. Okay. I got out of I was in there during the late 80s, early 90s. And we want you to be prepared and your fellow soldiers. So spread the words. Now let me go back up to Mr. International. What's up? I'm looking forward to the topic. This is something that you can relate to because this is one of your specialties, Mr. International. Now, my brother Angel, I'm trying to keep my decorum, Angel, but you're in the house. My brother is here, and I'm happy about that. Greeting, folks, he says. Okay. Oh, hold on. I missed that part, sister. She said, active duty, I plan to move to H-Town when I ETS. You need to watch our video. The checklist before you discharge from active duty. Okay. And you need to prepare because Texas in particular, I mean, Texas in general, Houston in particular, is one of the better states for veterans. So there are a lot of benefits here, but many things are time sensitive. And there's things that you need to do before you get out of the military that we always, you take priority. Anybody that's active duty takes priority because we want to make sure you straight before you get out of the military. We want you to have the information that we didn't have as veterans when we got out. When I got out, I'm a Gulf War veteran from Desert Storm and many Vietnam veterans. And it might be a few Korean War veterans in here. Okay? We want to thank you. Now let's get to it. I've caught up on that. Now let's see. If you want to contact us, this is our email. htownvetnorthside@gmail.com. And this is, you let us know because you may have a different name. Let us know what your username is in the chat so I can be able to identify you. All right. Now, hold on. My brother Bernie in the house. Now I can't keep my cool any longer. Bernie, this is, it's an old man thing. You know how we do. I'm getting a little older now. Looking forward to the topic tonight. Hello, everyone. Well, let's get started then. All right, let me pull this off the screen. And we'll be putting it back up. Don't worry, we'll put the email back up. Let us get started. I'm gonna pull myself off the screen for a moment, but it's okay for you if you want to continue to ask and interact. Hold on. This is the brother Timothy. He's active duty also. We got our sister Danica in here. I forget Timothy, Mr. Timothy, where you're from. Hello, I'm glad I made it. I'm glad you made it also. I might change it to 8 p.m. or I don't know. I'm gonna keep it around this time, but I just had to start a little later. I had to do some final editing there. It happens sometime, okay? Now, let's go with it. Now, tonight, we're going to be talking about something that's extremely important. Okay, let me get my brother here. He say Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Okay, that's where Timothy did. All right. There are a lot of people that help veterans with their benefits. All right. So you could say we here are helping veterans with their benefits. There are some people that say they help veterans with their benefits and they are accredited that from an organization, more from an organizational standpoint. All right. You got accredited representatives and you got unaccredited representatives. So who do you get to handle your claim? Who is more efficient? What's going on? What's the big dust up about this issue? Right now they got people suing, state governments suing some of the unaccredited representatives. And we're going to talk about that tonight. All right. Now let us continue. Before we do that, we're going to, do some housekeeping, of course. If you want to join our live stream for the new people, John, Danica, we do it every Sunday at 7 p.m. and every Thursday at 7 p.m. We'll may start a little later, but never start sooner than that. So keep that on your schedule. Now, one thing that's very important, especially dealing with Danica and our brother John, who are still active duty, you need to be aware of the fact that you need to file for your claims before you get out of the military. All right. If you within your last year, What I need you to do now, and we're probably going to talk about this in the next live stream, since I'm getting more active duty people coming in, we're going to talk about the things that you need to do before you discharge. Because when you do it that way, they'll have to go back to the date of the injury if you have any disabilities. You say, well, I don't have any disabilities. I don't have any props. No such thing. All right. She says she got that board claim. She got that claim. Okay. She's already up on top of this. This is what I'm talking about. And our brother John was saying he was doing it too. So we're going to be here to help you. There's no such thing, Danica, as a VA expert. We are the VA experts. We are those that experienced it. Now, there are knowledgeable representatives, but nobody can take your place because nobody know your experiences like you. All right? And those of us who have experienced it. You know, I've never used illicit drugs, but in order to be a drug counselor, you actually have to have been on drugs. So in my perspective, if you're really going to help veterans, you need to be one to understand it. Now, I'm not saying that people cannot, but I'm telling you to be able to identify. You can get a lawyer to help you with certain things. You can get other representatives to help you with certain things, but nobody's going to know the in and out and nuances like us. You say, thank you so much, H-Town vet. See, I'm going to tell you something. Okay, y'all ain't going to get me sensitive tonight. Let me come up on the screen. I ain't got time. I ain't got time for you tonight, John. You the reason black men cry in the dark. You don't begin to get me all emotional up in here, man. Huh? I'm trying to remain tough and solid, dude. You my brother, and I love you, man. And we're going to keep this going. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Mr. International, you know, look, I was just saying something in my eye. That's all it was. Something in my eye. That's all. Military Bike say laugh out loud. We got to keep it going. Sometimes my grandmother said we got to laugh to keep from crying. You understand? Now let us continue. Oh, the intent to file. If you have anything else that you need to claim, Danica or John, anybody that's currently out, you need to, once you get out, file an intent to file. And you don't have to claim anything particular, but it gives you a year to get whatever else you wasn't able to file while you were in the military. You will lock that in. You'll have a year to file it, and it'll lock in your back pay date so you don't have to wait. Okay? Yeah, he say, H-Town vet get emotional with compliments. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, you figured it out, huh? Now let's keep going, man. This is what we're doing. Our job here is not to I'm not just here trying to build up numbers. Ain't nothing wrong with numbers. We're trying to get a solid group in here. Hold on, my brother Kevin here. Let me tell you something, Kevin. Kevin, is it you always want me to shout out your wife, man? One of y'all, I think it's Kevin, always give me to shout out their wife. Tell your wife and your family I said hello from the H-Town vet. Now, so that's what it does. It locks in your back pay date. And you can use this when you're adding dependents, when you're getting married. Go ahead and file that intent to file. So when you go on your honeymoon and you come back, you had that intent to file in place that you don't have to hurry up, run over that. Let me get the license, take it over here. No, whenever that license say you were married, they're going to give it to you on that date. You understand? That's why these intent to files are important. So other things that we're going to tell you, I want y'all to pay in particular attention to the new people. All right, this is what you need to understand, because there are a lot of myths out there about you need to do this and you need to pay this person this much money. We have our sister Alaskan Ice in the house. Look what she say. This is why we're here. I want y'all to peep game. Timothy, you learned. Danica, we have our sister here, one of the most intelligent people we have here. I'm learning from her, kind of hating on it at the same time. You understand? She says, what an intent to file. An intent to file sets a potential start date or effective date, because they're going to start paying you based on your effective date. You understand? For your benefits, if you notify us, talking about the VA, of your intent to file, and we approve your claim, you may be able to get, here we go. We're going to talk about this tonight. Retroactive pay, meaning back pay to the date that you file the intent to file. If you don't do it based on the date you file the intent to file, they're only going to go back to the date that you file the claim, unless you're people like Danica and our brother up there, John. Why? Because if they do it within a year of them getting out, if y'all do it within a year of y'all getting out, guess what? They got to go back to the date of injury. So don't let them give you no Article 15s, fight anything they do to try to put something on your record to mess with your benefits. Don't get out on a general fight for honorable discharge, because when I was stationed in Fort Carson, right before people get out, they try to give them all kind of drug tests, all type of stuff to get you out on a bad discharge or general under honorable conditions. Now, general under honorable conditions can be worked with. Now, let us continue. Retroactive payments are payments for the time from the time when we processed your intent to file and we approve your claim. You can notify us of your intent to file if you plan to file a claim or a supplemental claim for these types of benefits: disability compensation, all right, a pension benefit for dependency and indemnity. So that means that's a death benefit, okay? That's a DIC death benefit if the veteran was 100% or died of a service-connected disability. Now let's see what our sister talking about. Every time I report the sick call, my platoon leader gets an attitude. He don't understand. I have to get things documented. Listen, I'm so glad that you said that, Danica. He don't want to understand. He wants you to be a lifer. They want you to suck it up and drive on. Don't make the mistakes we did. We were embarrassed when they would try to embarrass us. He can catch attitude. You know what he need to do? Take a chill pill. He need to go sit down somewhere, because he can't stop you from going to get your medical. Because once you're out the military, you ain't got to worry about his attitude no more. His attitude ain't going to pay no bills for you. What he eat don't make you fat. I'm glad you told us that. Y'all see what they do to our young people? They sitting here trying to discourage them from going to sick call. That's building up your evidence. You tell them everything that happened to you. You hear me? When you go to sick call, and then tell them you want a specialist. If somebody did anything to harm you, if you have PTSD, if you ever had any type of trauma, military trauma, anything, you tell them I want to talk to a specialist. You get all that documented now. If you hurt your ankle, you need to let them know. You don't have to tell your command anything. This is your medical information. And get a full copy of your records. Get a copy of them now before you get out. Now let's see what our sister's saying here, Alaskan Ice. The benefits delivered at discharge. This is what you're talking about. This is what our sister Danica is talking about. So if y'all want to understand, that's what BDD stands for. The BDD programs allow service members to file for VA disability benefits before discharge. Now, they told us we couldn't do it. We couldn't file before, but we could have. But I'm glad they have more knowledge. Now, let's see what it says. Aiming to expedite the receipt of benefits. To file a BDD claim, you should know your separation date. So make sure you have your separation date. That's going to be on DD 214. But if you don't get that right when you get out, you need to make sure you have that documented. File the claim between 180 and 90 days prior to separation. Provide a copy of your service treatment records. You need to get a copy of your STRs, your service treatment records. And I'm going to tell you something else, like I told our brother the other night, Danica, and I'm not trying to pick on you, my sister, but I was telling our brother John this the other night. You go to an outside doctor too, pay them. If the doctors ain't telling you what, get your diagnosis before you get out for what you think that you, so write down a list of everything that you think you're diagnosed with. Okay? And then if they don't address it properly with the military doctor, go get an outside doctor. If you got a little change, do what you can to sacrifice to do that. Now, assessment, part A, self-assessment. Remember the self-assessment. This is important, my sister. Danica, let's see. He ain't lying. See, let me tell you something. Military Mike is actively in. Yeah, they try to push you. They don't want you to acknowledge. I'm glad y'all talking about these things, because people that are listening, not just us here in the chat, not just us here on the live stream, but people that are listening to this live or recorded, they're going to get something out of this information. Do you understand? Now, let's talk about it. This is what you need, Danica, before you get out. This is what you need. This is a recap. This is what you need, John. First thing you need is a diagnosis. Write down the list of things you think you are. Find out what that's injuries that you have that you feel that you can claim with the military, and you need to get a medical diagnosis. That's why you're going to sick call. That's why you need to go over to the hospital. Okay? You need to get a medical and complain about the things that are bothering you, that are restricting you from doing things. Diagnose, recognized injury or condition. It doesn't mean that it's service connected right off the bat. First, you're just trying to get them diagnosed. Some things that you're going to be diagnosed with are not going to be service connected. You need to get as many things diagnosed as possible, because they may not be service connected now, but when you get out, they might become service connected. So the first thing you need to do is get a medical diagnosis, meaning a recognized injury or condition. The next thing you need is a nexus. This is the most important part. The nexus is the connection between your military service and your diagnosis or injury, all right? Because you're going to be diagnosed for injury or illness. So this is what's important now. You understand? The last thing, this is where the money at, is how severe it is. You need those doctors to tell you when y'all are in there, y'all active duty members, how does the injury affect your ability to work or live in everyday life? The more severe, the more money. All right? The higher your percentage. Don't let nobody shame you in there, Danica. John, don't let nobody shame you in there, brother. You understand? That's why we here. Our brother David said hi. So remember, here's the recap. Any disability that's an evidence-based claim. Now, presumptive illnesses, you need to find out about those too. All right. That means just if you was in a certain area, they assume that you would have that condition. So find out and let us know, John and Danica, if they are dealing with the presumptive illnesses. Meaning, if you, like Vietnam veterans, if they were in Vietnam, automatic qualify for Agent Orange if they was in country on ground or in the water close to it if they were Navy. Okay? Now let's see. He said, welcome, David. David said, hi, brother. I'm glad to have you here. Now let us continue. So this chart, y'all need to go over it and remember it, because this is whenever you go to exam, the doctor is going to be do certain things. That's why we're talking about these unaccredited representative and accredited agents. None of them can do you no good unless you have this information right here. They can't make a diagnosis out of thin air. They can't make a service connection out of thin air without backing it up with evidence. You understand? That's why here at the H-Town Vet, we're going to give you the real. How does the injury affect your ability to work? Remember that part. Now let us continue. Now get all your files together. For those of the veterans that you are already out of the military, you need to get your files together by, we call it your claims file, your C file. You need to get all that information together while you out. And you need to either call the National Archives and get it, which they've kind of delayed, or keep a copy like we're asking Danica and our brother John to do. Keep a copy of everything. Get a copy of everything and have more than one copy of your file. If you got it, yeah, yes, keep it guarded with dear life. Because this is going to be the evidence. It might be something in there that you missed later on that you can claim. Or might not be affecting you now, but once you get out of the military, you might have a back issue that might start affecting you. Now let us continue. Now, when we come to talking about people representing you, and we've talked about this before, you don't rely on nobody to your detriment. Everybody talk a good game. You know how it is. Y'all in the military. Y'all hear smooth talking people. Danica, I know you hear them talking smooth in the military. You know how it go. And you too, Brother John, you know how it go. Talking about, marry me, I'm in love with you. All that stuff. It's all about handling your business. Now let's see what our sister Danica said. They are. I got a stack of evidence for bronchitis, okay, and my herniated disc of my spine. Oh, what you need to do, make sure you get x-rays of this. And you need to ask your general doctor, if you haven't done it already, you need to see a specialist. And if the pain, you need to start keeping a log of how often it hurts. And the more it hurts, the more consistent. You need a log right now of all your injuries and document. You can use that in a VA claim once you get out. You can use that in a VA claim right now. Okay? National Archives link. Okay. Now understand, the National Archives, we have it. If you're in I'm sorry. Alaskan Ice. My sister, if you know the link to the National Archives, we have a video on it. I don't have it up right now. We have a video on the National Archives. Watch that, how to get your military records. That's the name of it. Now, I will do that. Thank you, Mr. H-Town. This is priceless information. Let me tell you something. We're not here trying to give you no secret. You got to come over here to get the secrets. We're not trying to gaslight you, give you no cap, none of that. We talking real talk here. We trying to help people. You understand? And that's what I'm about. This is the reason the H-Town Vet exists. And I get just as much information from y'all than I'm giving y'all. I just organize it. There are certain things that I'm not as familiar with anymore. We weren't not in the military anymore. Danica, you on the ground. John, you on the ground, my brother. Y'all gonna tell us what's going on so we can help the young veterans getting out. We can't hate on y'all. We can't get jealous of y'all. Talking about, I served, didn't nobody tell me anything. That's a fool talking like that. We're supposed to help the next generation. Let me get back up on the screen on that. You got me fired up in here. You understand? We need to be helping the next generation, not hating on them. Ain't nobody help me. Well, change that and help the other people so they can pass it on. Now, let's see what our brother, now he's giving y'all active duty some good information, because I don't think our brother Mike has retired, but he's about to retire in a few days. Get your medical profiles and periodic health assessments too, for solid evidence. And I'm gonna tell you something else you get. Right, y'all better make sure y'all write that down. I want y'all to peep game. You understand? Another thing you need to get, any bad write-ups, anything they try to put against you. You're gonna relate them to your military service. You understand? That's why we here. Now, if I'm gonna tell it, I'm gonna tell it all. Now let's continue. Don't rely on nobody, because people tell you, then when you do what they tell you to do and it's messed up, they're gonna say, well, you didn't do it the way I did, or they just disappear. No. If what we not telling y'all ain't right, you come back here, you got a free, matter of fact, you can get the link, you can come up where you can just talk if you want to. We'll get a link to the email, or you can come up video and say, H-Town Vet, you told me this and it ain't true. Because the last thing I plan on doing is putting out misinformation. All right, let's continue. Thank y'all. Hold on, he said, He said, I'm writing this down, David John. Copy and paste. This is some good game. Well, y'all need to get the word out there to other people so we can grow the channel. So we can keep getting this information out. Because I'm going to be doing this till my heart stop pumping blood. You understand? Because this is what I've been wanting to do. But I have been dealing with so many ungrateful people, veterans you try to help, and they want you to help them, and then they turn on you. So I want to be with legit people that are trying to do it. I don't want to cast my pearls to swine, to unappreciative people. You understand? We want to give to people that's going to do something with the information. Yes, indeed. Now let us continue. Now, for those of you, what you need to do when y'all have these claims, and I want y'all to understand, look at this. If you're waiting on your claim to be approved through the VA, you need to write them a letter. If you haven't done an exam yet, you need to tell them right here. Here's the options right here. We are writing this letter regarding the appeal that we filed on August the 15th, 2014. You put whatever date you file your claim. We are requesting a status update on our claim for 100% permanent and total disability rating for PTSD. You're going to put it for whatever you got. Okay? But you got to ask them for what you want. Tell them what you're looking for. Yeah, you can ask them. Okay, I have not attended a compensation and pension exam related to this claim as of yet. And there has been no action taken on this claim in the past 5 months. Whatever months they haven't done yours. See, you need to write stuff down because that's going to make them nervous, Danica. John, that's going to make them nervous. David, that's going to make them nervous. Military Mike, that's going to make them nervous because when you start putting a paper trail, you say, I told somebody. If you just tell them, they're going to say, they never told me nothing. But while I wrote it and I sent an email to you, I did this and I was trying to get help. That's how you handle your business. Because if what they say, if you didn't write it down, it didn't happen. Okay. Then you ask them 2 questions. This is on your first option if you haven't had the exam yet. Has a CMP exam been scheduled? That's similar to y'all military board, but the VA, that's once you get out, they call it a CMP exam, compensation and pension. After you ask that question, you ask another question. What is the current status of my claim? Now, so what if you've already had the exam, but they still kind of moving slow? Let's talk about it. Then what you would do in the second option, you wouldn't do the first one because you've already had the exam. So it's no reason to ask about the exam. So you would do the second option where you'd also say the same thing at the top. We're going to start on the green part to keep from being redundant. Okay, so you're going to say the same thing when you wrote it and everything. Now, then you can say, I have attended a compensation and pension exam related to this claim. And you could put the date on there when you attended it. And there has been no resolution on my claim. What is the current status of my claim? You got to put the pressure. They say this person is documenting us. Yeah, you don't just sit around, wait 6 months, a year. No, you start putting pressure. You're not sending it to them. You doing this here for the next group. All right. Now let's see what our brother then our sister say. What happens if the CMP examiner write malingering, you know, like you're exaggerating or pretending? Can you explain it, the malingering? Well, number one, you can refute that. You can write a disagreement to the CMP examiner's thing. You're going to say they didn't consider this, they didn't consider that. A doctor tried to say, not that I was malingering. He was saying that the doctors who wrote up all my other psychiatrists were lying. And so we had to write a letter and write this support a claim form saying the doctor did not consider the whole medical record. Because not one doctor can't just say this or that. They need to give evidence and back it up. Okay? Now let's see what our sister say. Tomorrow morning after PT, I'm going to ask my squad leader to write a statement for me. That's a good idea if you got a good relationship with them. Hold tight. Make sure they're not one of the military lifers. I didn't even know about those 21-4138 forms. Now, if you got a good relationship with them, if you trust them, I want you to be real cautious because you don't want them to turn against you. But either way, that's cool. If they'll fill it out for you, you know who you're dealing with. And sometimes we got to take those chances. Do you have any other fellow soldiers? Don't spread it to everybody. And if it's somebody that can't keep their mouth shut, Danica, you got to be careful with them because they'll run their mouth. Because once you get into an ETS, and people going to try to get you put out the military. Let me tell y'all a story. When I was stationed in Fort Carson before I got out the military, we were in I was in combat unit tanks, and you know, when we wasn't in combat, we were just back in the civilian world. But our MOS is 19 kilo. He said, "Me too." Let me see what he said. "Me too." Before I tell my story, and say, so he agreeing with you. Explain service connection by aggravation. Okay. Alaskan. Service connected by aggravation means this. Then I'm gonna tell my story. So service connection by aggravation means, let's say you went into the military. Let's say you, Danica, you had your aggravated back injury. You played soccer or some type of sports when you were in high school or college before you joined the military, and the military let you in anyway. One, because your condition wasn't aggravated at the time, but they knew about it. But if they didn't know about it, they can't. You got a presumption of wellness, of wholeness. If they didn't ever detect it, they can't go back afterward looking for it. And you have no obligation to tell them if you made it through the BEP station. But let's say you had flat feet, they knew about it, but they let you in anyway. They're not going to pay you for service connection because it's not connected. You had the condition before you went in. They're going to pay you for the aggravation. All right. So you can get paid for the aggravation. Many men, and I talk about Black men because it affects over 55% of us, but it affects whites and other people too. The skin, the scarring of the skin from shaving. Well, that affects almost 55% of all Black men. And it affects some white men and Hispanics and Asians also, but it's a real problem. Over half of all Black men have it. Well, you had the condition before you went into the military. It's a big fancy name for it. Hold on, let me give me a second, y'all. I got to tell my family to close my door. Hold on. Give me a second, y'all. So I'm back. So here we go. So here's the thing. You had the condition before you joined the military, the flat feet, the scarring, I forget the name of it, but it's tissue scarring, the facial scars. You had it before you joined the military, but because they made you shave, it aggravated your condition. And just like military Mike say, if you have any profiles, if you have a profile for your back, Danica, you need to make sure you get a profile if you don't have one, if it bothers you, okay? Now, let's see what our brother says here. He got some information for you here. We got Major Boom in the house. We thank you. No problem at all, brother. He said, Danica, the correct form to use is lay witness statement, VA form 21-10-210, dated June 2021. Yeah, you can put it on there. I guess they may have another. And that skin condition that I told y'all about that affect men in particular, because men are the one that shave, Black men specifically, but all men can be affected by it. Look at it. That's the name of it. I pronounced it before, but I can't pronounce it anymore. That's the name of the skin scarring. That's why you see some veterans with beards in the military, because of the sensitive skin. That's right. You got it too. Now let's see what our brother Major Boomer is saying here. I'm in the house. Sorry I'm late. My wife had me pull KP. KP duty. I don't know what y'all call it in the other sir, but in the army we call it KP duty. When you're doing, you working in the kitchen, cooking and all that and washing them dishes. Welcome, Daniela, to the family. Shout out to Mobile, Alabama. You understand? The family. You're from a great city, of course, a beautiful city with a rich and long history, especially for my people. They found the last slave ship there about 5 or 7 years ago. Everybody knew it was there, but the black people. People go fishing around. They illegally snuck a man over there who was the last slave right there in Mobile, Alabama, to be brought there from Africa. Sure did. And he lives, I think, the 1920s or so. His family's still there. Now let's see everybody getting it. There you go. Now let us continue. Go back over this information. Now, here's a big thing that I want y'all to do. And y'all need to hear this clearly. Please, let me pull myself. I'm going to pull myself after I say this. Y'all need to hear this. If you get a denial, don't get discouraged and just give up. That's what I did. Okay? You have a year to file an appeal. And we're going to talk about these appeals tonight. Because when lawyers help with your claim, they can only help you after you've been denied at least once. Okay? That's the law. All right? Now, here's the problem. They feel like it's unfair because the unaccredited people, they out there helping veterans on their first claim. And so the lawyers and other claim representatives are getting aggravated about this. And we're going to talk about it. So remember, if ever you're denied, you have a year to file an appeal, meaning you can fight to refute it. You need to come up with new and material evidence saying something has changed since the denial, or within a year time period, or you need to say they made a clear and unmistakable error in your claim, and you need to back that error up with VA law. Watch our videos, and we talk about all this. Watch our live streams afterward, because the videos, the clips are short, so you can get the information where you can get gamed up, because this is going to change your life for the rest of your life. I pay no property tax on my house. I'm 100% permanent and total. Our sister Danica says she planned on moving back to Houston. I ride all the tollways for free. When you get here, once you get at least a 50% rating, ride all the tollways for free. To property tax on the house, zero property tax once you get 100% rating or individual unemployability. Watch our video, 5 reasons a disabled veteran should move to Houston, Texas. Go look it up. We made it just for people like you, Sister Danica. Now let us continue. Now, what my sister Yi and Dale in the house? I'm sorry. I mean, Alaskanites. Correction. Sorry about that, sister. Where my sister Alaskanites in the house? Where Alaskan yet? Where our brother Dogface Soldier at? Now, remember, we got to be careful of the VA experts. We got to be very careful of the VA experts. All right? This becomes an issue because people say that they can tell you this, we specialize in this. Well, that's what they tell you. Where's the evidence? All right? You know who the experts? Ain't really no VA experts. You have expert doctors on your condition. You may have people that are expert when it comes to evaluating your job performance that can help you get this VA disability, but that's about it. Now let us continue. That's a video also. Everybody claimed to have the secret sauce. The secret sauce is right here, us collaborating with each other. Let us continue. Now, when it gets kind of heavy when people are getting your money, okay, and you expecting certain things from them, you need to be realistic. You need to understand that everything is based on evidence that's backed up by VA law. If your claim is not backed up by VA law, can't nobody help you. You got to have some evidence. They can't just make up stuff because that's going to be, they trying to make it now with the DBQs, that they can prosecute people for making fraudulent, doctor reports. Those are the disability benefits questionnaires. Okay. Now let us continue. Now here we go. And if y'all want to say something, let us know. Here's where we are now. What I was telling you. You need to have your evidence-based claims backed up by evidence. All right. So watch people out there on YouTube, online, anywhere, whether it be Instagram or what's the other one, Twitter, X, they calling it. Anybody that's telling you that their secrets, it's easy, fast, or simple. Okay. That's they false flagging, and it ain't nothing but clickbait. And they gaslighting you. The only way you're gonna learn, you see what Alaska Nice is putting down? Do you see? You know what our sister say? Alaska Nice says, all I do is copy stuff. Do you know the skill that you have to be able to know what to look up? Our brother AZ in the house, then we're gonna get to our sister. Document that. Hello, vets. AZ. That's our comic relief. Do y'all know that AZ, he goes in my chat on my YouTube channel and he just says such encouraging things to me. And I said, man, I ain't got time for all this. Now I'm gonna get to you, Alaskan Ice. Mr. H-Town Vet, can we use pictures as evidence for the VA? Of course, they are necessary. Anything that documents the condition. I had one veteran, when I was in Desert Storm, I didn't take any pictures because it wasn't nothing I wanted to take pictures of. It wasn't too cool over there, you understand? But there were veterans who took pictures and got lay statements. What our brother was telling you earlier, Angel, that you need to get that statement also from your fellow veterans, the witness statements, and look it up to verify which one the VA, whatever we tell you, we want you to go back and verify it. Not because we're not right, but we don't want you just listening to people and going with it. But you're going to listen on this one, you better take pictures. Take pictures of your injuries. Take pictures of the places that you were at. Take pictures of where the accident happened. If you still in that location. If you hurt yourself when you were doing PT, you need to say where it happened, what date, and you need as close as possible if you don't have it. What kind of pictures work best? Okay, pictures, let's say if it's an injury on your leg, take a picture of your leg. If it shows the scarring, if it shows any type of rash, because we remember rashes come and go. Pictures of the accident site. Okay? So if you hurt yourself while doing pull-ups, you need to take pictures of where it happened at and associate that and write on there print those photos off, write on there the date and the location at Fort Bragg or wherever it was at. You understand? Anything else? Okay. Let us know. Okay, let us know. And this is your personal information. Not you saying you're not sharing this with your command. You sharing this with your doctors. You sharing this with your claims people. Now let us continue. My goal is for y'all to be set for life. All right. Now let us continue. Watch out for that clickbait. Please watch out for the scams. Okay, there's all kind of scams, not just related to VA compensation. There are so many scams out here when it comes to VA. I don't mean to laugh, but there are just so many scams. There are just so many scams. Everybody's getting our information. They are, how can I say, they want you to sign up for this therapy thing. Good idea, thanks. Yeah, so this is what I do. I sit around and I think of things. So I'm trying to use my talent here at the H-Town Vet to help you in the way I know, but I need your information. Oh, I got to get back up to my sister. Here we go. Alaskan Ice says, higher level review. Remember this, higher level review. You disagree with a decision. You or your representative can request a new review of your case by a higher level reviewer. The reviewer will determine whether an error of an Let me continue what our sister say. I don't see anything, and she gonna write it in a few minutes. Now let's see. Let us know when you got the rest of that Alaskan ice. Now let's see. Okay, it is recommended to bring a life-size human spinal cord anatomy model to your CMP. Alaskan, he be coming up with some wild answers, y'all. I got to get on the screen with Alaskan. He always want to do show and tell at his CMP exam. Alaskan, I ain't got time for you, man. Let me pull Alaskan up. Alaskan is crazy. He wants to take the what do you call it? The DSM-5, the mental health book into his CMP exam. What was that other thing you wanted to take it to your CMP exam? He want to argue with the doctor over his medical treatment. Now you document soon as you leave an exam, Alaskan, soon as you leave an exam, John, soon as you leave an exam, our sister Danica, you need to write down everything that was done in there that you can remember. Now this is important. Now listen to what keeping it legal say. Embed a stamped copy in the picture. Please do that. Please do that. Embed. Let us know how to do that. But that sounds like an excellent idea. Boy, our brother Leslie, man, we can't get nothing past you, boy. You always got something new. Okay, a CMP exam is an examination. It's called a compensation and pension exam. So it's an exam that the VA sends you to, where a doctor does the examination. They send you to but they set it up with an outside agency that schedules an appointment where you go in there, and if it's for your back, the doctor examines your back. If it's for a mental health condition, they examine your mental health condition. But what you need to be aware of, if they send you to exam for your back, but the doctor is a psychologist, that need to be a red flag. Say how they're not specializing in this. That's when you complain. So always check ahead when they give you the address and the doctor that you're going to see. Go look them up online. Now look what our sister Alaskan Knight said. So this is continue what she was saying. To determine an error, I'm reading from up top. Gather the missing evidence. Please gather the missing evidence. We'll also, and she's talking about half of the VA here. We'll also send you a letter to determine a letter to tell you the steps we'll take to fix the error. See, let me tell you something. The VA got to tell you everything. If they deny you, they got to tell you why they denied you and what it takes to get a high rating. Did y'all know that? Look on your denial letters. You understand? Yes. They got to give you the cheat code. What symptoms you need to get a high rating. Okay, now let's go on with our sister. Then we'll help you get the missing evidence. That's their job. That's their duty to assist you. But they don't always do it. So while y'all active duty in there, in particular, you make sure you get with a good VA claim rep. You talk to them directly. They're supposed to, if they're not in the area, they're supposed to converse with you and come down there to where you at. Find out if you have one and where they at. Oh, I'm gonna have to change out these head things. They cutting up again. Sorry about that. So when we'll help you get the missing evidence and decide your case based on the new evidence. Remember that new and material evidence that we talked about. So go back and watch out, John. Go back and watch our videos on the DBQ, Benefits Disability Questionnaire. And we talk about the CMP exam in that, and we talk about it in several videos. Okay. Let's see what we say. Okay, now we got that. I think we did everything. Now let us continue, everybody. I'm gonna pop in and off screen. Let us continue. Now, this is what I want y'all to do. Please do this. While y'all in that, I'm talking to all of us, but especially to the people that are in there. All right. Let's see what our sister say. Mr. H-Town Vet, we have a VA representative at the VSO and the MWR. Okay. Now, this is what you need to do. Make sure you have the contact information, have their name. You're going to always have that documentation. You need to get a binder and start putting in the latest stuff on top. Get those clear sleeves and put your information in there. And so you won't ever have to look every place for it, and start off with all of your evidence and build it up. That binder is going to get big. When that binder get big, you're going to go to another binder. And whenever you have to reference back to this information, you'll have it on you, okay? That's how we do it. Thank you so much. So the very thing you need to do is verify information. Verify, verify, verify. That's why when you got people helping you, talking about they got the secrets and they can help you do this and that, you need to verify that information. Huh? What we talking about here tonight, you need to verify that information. Huh? Like my brother say, brother Jason say, call me back. Well, come back and let us know what you told us, H-Town Vet, wasn't right. What y'all was telling us in chat wasn't right. No, most of what we saying is right on point. The only time our information not going to be on point for the most part, if they change the rules, if they change the way they do things. That's why you need to let us know, because they changed the life insurance policy for disabled veterans. I didn't know it until a veteran told me. You think I got egotistical about that? No. Now let's see what our sister Alaskan Ice is saying here. Why might I need a VA claim exam? Now, why would you need one? This exam will help us determine, talking about the VA, it would help the VA determine if you have a service-connected disability. It will also help us rate your disability if you have one. So if you have remember I talk about that severity level. So first they gonna determine whether you have a diagnosis. Remember I showed that a little earlier. Then they gonna see if it's service connected. That's called a nexus. Then what she's saying is they gonna rate you based on the severity level. If your severity for your back is real bad, well, it ain't that bad, they gonna give 10, 20, 40, whatever they offer for the back. If it's totally disabled, they're gonna get 100%. It's different. You remember what the guy, the rapper say? More money, more problems. With the VA, more problems, more money. Now let's see what our sister's saying. It will also help us rate it if you have one. They may say you don't have no disability that's service connected. We base your rating on how, it's just what she's saying, severe your disability is. And your rating will affect how much disability compensation you'll receive. Compensation may include things like monthly payments and enrollment in the VA healthcare. Once you get 50%, you get free healthcare at the VA. It includes everything but dental. Once you get 100%, it includes dental, whether that be unemployability, either individual unemployability or TDIU, which is total disability unemployability, or I believe a temporary 100% also, but definitely the highest rating, 100% permanent and total rating. You get free dental. But everything else you get at 50% rating. But for those of you that just getting out of the military, you go straight over to that VA and register right then, because they supposed to guarantee you health care for at least a year or so. Now we got our brother Michael Davis in the house. Mobile Mike and Bunny check in. I hear you. Now, brother, if this have you come before? I don't know if you've been here before. I think that name sounds familiar. If not, let us know your branch of service and what state you're currently living in, and whether you're active duty or not. Now, highlight yellow specifically how your claim. Highlight yellow specifically about your claim to make it easier for the reviewer to look through your evidence. Now, here's the thing. If you go into an exam, that's what you would ask me earlier, my brother John, about what is a CMP exam. If you go an exam, don't give him a book of things because he already should have information from the VA. Just give him 1 or 2 pages and use that supported claim form that we talked about, Danica. That's going to be the most powerful form. Look it up. When it says, watch our video, the formula for winning VA claims, and we break that formula down step by step using that supported claim form. If you want to know how to get your evidence together, and so you had that evidence, and give one little statement from your doctor that they may not get to look over because they're looking at the whole stack, but you zone them in on that one thing, right? You streamline it. Don't give them a whole bunch. And if they say they won't look at it, or they say I'll look at it later, just give it to them and keep moving, okay? Now, former field artillery, U.S. Army, I guess it is, okay? All right, I was in our tanks. We used to guard y'all during Desert Storm, where y'all was shooting out them big bombs, and we right next to you, protect her. We shoot close up, and man, those things are loud. I didn't get no sleep all night. I didn't know the ground could shake like that. I said, I could never do field artillery. That'll mess my nerves totally up. You understand? Now, how long? Okay, yeah, Major Boomer's in the house. Our brothers here. So remember, anybody that's talking about help you verify the information, because you don't want to rely. See, when you go to the VA, they're going to lie to you at the regional office. They're going to tell you don't qualify for this and qualify for that, and you'll walk away in discouragement. Just like your Danica, your sergeant trying to get you to be discouraged. No, you keep listening to us. We don't just have veterans in here. We have veteran dependents. We have Frog Princess. She's in school. Her daddy was in the military, and she comes in here with us too. We're gonna look out for each other. He say, okay, no, infantry and armor had FA on speed dial. Okay. All right. Let us continue. Verify information, and just what you're doing here, question and answers. When you're talking to your doctor, if they don't cover everything, ask them questions. Because if you're in a compensation and pension exam, which is an evaluation for VA disability, it's an evaluation for VA disability. If the doctor doesn't ask you certain questions, you say, Doc, but what about my back bothering me? Doc, what about, you ain't asked me about my not being able to sleep, Doc. You haven't asked me these things, Doc. You need to bring them up, so he or she would have to document it. If they don't, you'll say in a separate letter, once you get a copy of the examination, always get a copy of the examination once it's released, all right, through your representative or whatever. You can do it through Freedom of Information Act, but that takes a while. You need to get a copy and see if that that doctor documented everything that you said. If not, you need to write a letter saying they didn't document everything I said. He said, thank you, AZ. Now let us continue. Question and answer. Whoever come out helping you, any kind of representative from the American Legion or accredited or non-accredited, ask them questions. Also, you need to ask them, because people ask them how many veterans are satisfied with your work. Ask your lawyer that. What's your satisfaction rate? Now, they may not tell you the truth, but they're going to be shocked that you asked that question. That's what matters. You understand what I'm saying? Look, I have a daughter, right? And I have all nieces, and I have a sister. I don't have no brothers, no nephews, and no sons. So I say, just ask a guy, what's your five-year plan? What you going to do if something happens? And if we get married, this happens, ask him. And he should be able to ask them questions. So you need to ask questions. If the last person you dated, what would they say about you if I was to ask them? Things like that. That's how you need to question when you talk with the VA. And anybody talking about doing something with you, doing something for you for your VA benefits, and they charge you money, ask them if they have a money back guarantee. They ain't want to talk about that, are they? Let's continue. Oh, sorry about that, sir. Sorry about that. I can't believe, boy. Somebody, okay, now, what if your claim get denied? That's okay. I was denied 3 or 4 times. Huh? Most of the great inventors, they failed hundreds of times before they actually invented anything. Huh? Lewis Latimer, he actually was the one that invented the light bulb, a black man, a slave, used to be a slave. He invented the light bulb and the telephone. You said, nah, Alexander Bell did that. Nope. He on both patents. You understand? Yes, indeed. He worked for them. They get credit because they funded it, but he the one created it. Now, so you need to make sure if you get denied, you doing things, you keep trying. Okay, can't get paid unless I get paid. You right about that. Let me tell y'all something. You not preparing for this step right here. You're not preparing, just they deny you, you're not preparing for the VA regional office, you preparing for that next step. What our sister Alaska Knight say, for that what? Higher level review. Tell them about that other one. What's that other one other than the higher level review? Supplemental. Give us a little information on that supplemental if y'all don't mind. Mr. International or Alaska Nice or one of y'all wonderful people, because y'all, some of y'all gave me some beautiful. So what about the denial? Let's talk about it. Don't worry about it. You're gonna go for help. If this video has been informative so far, please like, share with others. Please get the message out, especially in service, and subscribe. Now let's see what our brother's saying. Military Mike, I keep all my profiles and PHAs on a thumb drive for quick reference, but I want you to have a hard copy too. And you need to send a hard copy somewhere where you can have access that's in your home, not just on the military installation. I wanted to tell you, John, and our sister that also, okay? Get that information off that base. And when you go back home for a little visit, take that somewhere private or put it up in somewhere, get your little safety deposit box, because that's actually money. Tell us what PHAs are. I forgot. Let us know, Military Mike, in the chat. Now let us continue. Now here go the information. Let's talk about it. Are y'all ready to talk about it? What happened? What happened was there have been a lot of what do you call it? There have been a lot of people since 2006. There used to be a law, and they would punish people for being unaccredited when they help veterans. And the only way to get accredited is to be help veterans is through what? Through the VA. But they can't do nothing since 2006. They don't supposed to help veterans. These other people that are outside, that are not lawyers, that are not with the American Legion, these accredited agencies that help veterans. You got veterans started doing it on their own, and they can't punish them legally. So the lawyers say are getting mad about this. So a lot of the legal and other people have went and say, hey, we playing by the rules. We signed up with the VA to help represent veterans, but these people are out there willy-nilly running, free, and they ain't following no rules. So this is what happened in 2023. Ken Paxton, down here in our state, the Texas Attorney General, the highest lawyer in Texas, filed a lawsuit for damages against VA Claims Insider, which is a company, an unaccredited company assisting veterans with VA claims. All right, now follow me. They're unaccredited. Now we go down to the bottom. Then I'm gonna go. So let's go to the next. What was the issue with them? All right, this is the issue. Inaccurate. This is what their allegations say. Inaccurately promotes certain services as free before locking veterans into contracts. So they'll tell you, oh, this free. I will help you, but it's going to be free. Then when a veteran signs up, they end up locked in a contract, according to the Attorney General. All right. Remember, this is a lawsuit now. Remember that. You're going to need to remember these words because they do a lot of word games. So you need to know about this here. Okay. Inaccurate promotion, certain services. Oh, I put that on there twice. Sometimes I make a mistake. Sorry about that. Now let's go down to the bottom. What are they seeking? What is the Texas Attorney General seeking? Seeking damages and a permanent order that restrains VA insider from conducting business related to VA claims process. All right, now let's see. Okay, he said it means the PHAs mean periodic health assessment. Tell us more about those periodic. Oh, you about to tell us periodic health assessments too. Now, Military Mike says this. What is a supplemental claim? Supplemental claim provides new evidence to support a disability claim that was denied. Okay. All right. So you can give supplemental evidence to support the claim. Thank you, Military Mike. Thank you, Alaskan Ice. Thank all of you. Now let's see what GL says. Can you say no comment to certain questions at a CMP exam? You can. Would I advise it? No. All right. And Alaskan Ice says claim. Okay. All right. Now let's go back. That's a good question. What types of questions would you say no comment or can't confirm or deny? Example, it's classified information. No, you tell them. No, you tell them. Because I'm gonna tell you something about that classified. I didn't get to tell you my other story that you tell them. What you do is what things you don't talk about, and you just tell them, I don't know. They ask you about your family medical history before you join the military, where they trying to make your disabilities unservice connected. If it's connected to your family before you got in the military, tell them you don't know nothing about all that. Say, I'm here because of stuff that happened to me in the military. Now, when it comes to classified things, you tell them everything. Now, what's going to happen, if you have top secret stuff, I help the veteran. Now, let's see, claim. Let's see what our sister say. Claim based on a change in law. Okay, such as the PAC Act. When there's a change in law, thank you, Alaskan Ice, such as the PAC Act. Okay, when it's change in law. Now, he was in the Air Force. All right, he was a veteran. This is my good friend of mine, his father-in-law, and I helped him with his claim. But he was in top secret missions for real. So we went into the office, and he said, "Well, my stuff is top secret." I say, "What we're gonna do? We're gonna put it down." What the guy that helped me, and we say, "Put it down." And what's gonna happen? They're not gonna want to talk about it, but they'll approve it. You know what they said on this paperwork? That we can neither confirm nor deny what he says as true. We can neither confirm nor deny the information, but nothing that the veteran said is untrue. That was the end of it, because he was in a country during Vietnam that we wasn't supposed to be in, so they wasn't going to talk about it. He got his 100% 4 weeks, by 4 weeks after he got, because he had a terminal illness, so that helped out. Now let's see what our sister said. Well, I already got my sister. Let me see what EM said. What if I'm struggling so much that I start crying at the CMP exam? Let it out. It's all right. You there to tell them what's going on with you, what you're struggling with. Don't hold back. Every year, I have to do that assessment you talked about. Okay, a PHA. It's basically a physical where all soldiers are treated and assessed on their health. We get everything checked out from head to toe. Wow. Wow. Now, does that include mental health also? Let us know in the chat. Now, let us continue. I hope y'all enjoying the information tonight. We on here, but we ain't been on here for an hour. We were almost halfway done with this information. Then we're going to go into happy hour. We talking, not happy hour, I'm sorry, after party. Where my mind is. Now, these unaccredited agencies, in particular, we're talking about VA Claims Insider, they were saying they were locking people in the contract. This is not my words. This is the words of the Attorney General, Mr. Paxson, as we talked about. And in addition to that, they were getting veterans, from what they were saying, allegedly they was getting veterans login information for their claim. They was getting that information and checking to see if their veterans' claims are won. Okay? And they were saying they were overcharging veterans too for certain services. Lawyers can't charge but so much. Now here we go. Here are the actual accusations, all right, that they levied against VA Claims Insider, which is out of Texas, the Austin area. All right, he was I want to say an Air Force veteran. All right. We're going to get to that. Let me see what my brother's saying here. Let's see. Head to toe. My brother say, it does include mental health. If you tell them you feel like harming yourself, they'll admit you to a mental health hospital for a 3 days review. Yeah, back in the day, they didn't show us that kind of sympathy. We had one brother, he was a scout. And most of the people on his vehicle got messed up and taken out. He wasn't right. When we go to formation, he'd be walking around in civilian clothes, and ain't nobody say nothing to him. And when we was over there, they tried to do something different when I was in Desert Storm. You know what they tried to do? They tried to actually make a tent and have the psychiatrist there that as soon as we came back from a combat mission, that doctor would try to talk to people. They had him in there, and it ain't funny, but he kind of, it was a GP medium, a GP large or something like that. I think a medium. And he started taking the computers and smashing them up against the psychiatrist's head in the middle of the desert. All we saw was the whole tent collapse. All right, so, I guess they were trying to debrief him in real time, and it didn't work. I don't know. Wow. Now let's see what our brother Water say. What happens to the veterans when a VA disability claim company is eventually convicted of fraud? Well, let me say it like this here. They see you as the victim, as the veteran for the most part. Okay? Y'all ask me that question quite often. They're trying to do this to protect the veteran but you need to know this. Remember, it's your signature on paperwork. And if you with these agencies, if you willingly sign and knowingly and of sound mind, they may have a legal contract against you. So be careful what you sign. That's why we're giving you the information here, because if they didn't duke you or trick you, they told you everything up front, and they can prove it. You might owe them a certain amount of your back. You ain't gonna like what they're about to say here, but certain things they don't supposed to be doing. They don't supposed to be going into your personal, VA disability claim account and all that stuff. But no. Now look what it's saying here. Okay, let's see what Whiskey say. The veteran must affirm that they are aware that they may be asked to verify the accuracy of answer to avoid perjury. That's why every document that we do at the VA, you sign. That's why we telling y'all that's active duty. We're not telling y'all to exaggerate about anything. We telling you to document what's happening. We ain't telling you, well, make this up. Go get a doctor, pay a doctor $5,000 to make something up. No, If it ain't based on evidence, it's gonna be a waste of time. And if you lie, it's a chance that you could be incarcerated. And we're gonna talk about that too. But don't be scared. But what they do, if they feel like they're taking advantage of you, that ain't really your control. Now let's talk about VA claims inside of the accusations against this unaccredited company. This is what the accusations are: inaccurate promotion of certain services as free before locking veterans into contracts. So they'll do the bait and switch. They'll tell you it's free. Once you start signing paperwork, next thing you know, you hooked in a contract. That's what the allegations are. I'm not saying that that's true. Okay, the next one: charge unreasonably high prices that could turn into for legal services. Okay, I mean that could turn into illegal services. So I don't know why I put for there. Or offering assistance it does not provide. So it tells it can help veterans in a certain way that don't really help veterans. Or they offer high prices that end up turning into illegal services because you don't supposed to overcharge veterans. Okay. Next, veteran can break the contract. Now, they do let veterans break the contract at any time with a 30-day written notice. They can't break the contract. All right. VA claims insiders still demand payment for any future increase in disability. That's where their problem gonna come in at, because no agency is supposed to charge you for future disability payments. Even lawyers or anybody that's paid, that's accredited with the VA, they can only charge you for your retroactive back pay money, and only for the time when you file the claim with them until the time that you get it, not for any money prior to that time that you sign with them. You understand? So they go back, if the VA go back before the time you sign with that lawyer or that law firm, or for example, they can't get no money but that time frame that you signed with them. If you got only for a year, they only get their year. Now, if they go back 3 years, they only get their year, and the rest of it, they can't get nothing off of it. And it's only a certain percentage, between 20 to 33.33%. Okay. But this is here, they talking about they had their own plan because they're unaccredited. They was going willy-nilly with that thing. Okay, let's see what it is. Hold on, I'm missing something here, y'all. Did I miss something? Did I miss this here? Okay, let me see. Okay, no, I ain't missing it. Now, so the last one here, they also had with this company, VA Claims Insider, that it's alleged that they had consumer complaints reflecting them specifically requesting veterans to turn over their private information and VA account logins. And in some cases, I'm not saying with this company, but there were some that were asking people, some companies that help veterans that were unaccredited, they was asking for people bank account information. How y'all feel about it? Anybody ever been served by the uncredited, but they helped you out? Let us know in the chat, because it don't mean that it's all bad. I'm just asking, okay? For a friend. Now, this is what you need to listen to right here, okay? The 4 types of claim representatives. These are ones that the VA recognize. There are agents. There are lawyers. Number 2. Let me go over it. Number 1, agents. Number 2, lawyers. Number 3, veteran service organizations, such as what? The DAV, American Legion, and Veteran of Foreign Wars, to be example. And the last one are state or county governments. For example, in the Texas, we have the Texas Veteran Commission. Because if y'all show up here, when you come down here, if you get down here, our sister, I forget the name right now. I'm sorry. Let me get here. If you get down here, Danica, that they have Texas Veteran Commission. They got so many benefits. You can get houses, all kinds of stuff around here. Now let's see what it say. Has anyone in the chat used a claim company? If so, did you have good results? Some people get good results with them. I've heard people, people actually got help with VA Claims Insider. And I gotta say, a lot of the information that they put out has been solid for me. I'm not gonna hate on people. I don't know their practices when it comes to how they help veterans, but he's solid in his information when he's doing YouTube videos. He's pretty solid, and I pay attention. Anybody ever been helped by one? Let us know in the chat. Our brother Major Boomer want to know. Now let us continue. Now here's the thing. Who does the accreditation? The VA. So if you're accredited with the VA, if you mess up with a veteran claim, whether you be a lawyer, whether you be the American Legion, a veteran organization like that, or agent, they can punish you. Guess who they can't punish? They can't punish people that's unaccredited. Did you know that? That's why they're trying to take them to court. Oh boy, because they cutting into the money. Now look at this. So you'll know when people that are accredited, this is what you need to know. These accredited advocates. Advocates can charge 20% to 33.33% of your retroactive back pay. For more information on back pay, watch our videos. VA back that deals with VA back pay, and the ones that deals with the different types of claims and back pay. All right. Now, this is what the advocates that are accredited cannot do. Advocates cannot charge on the first claim, or they can't charge on future benefit payments. All right. Now let us continue. Watch out for the word confusion. Let me ask you this. Did you hear him talking about indicting VA Claim Insider? Did they say they're indicting them? Did they say they committed fraud? Did they say that in the documents? And so watch the word confusion. We're gonna break that down now. What's what? Now listen what he said. The Texas Attorney General says Ken Paxton lawsuit, VA insiders engages in, quote, false, misleading, and deceptive acts and practices. Now look at the words, false and misleading. It didn't say fraudulent. So watch them words. Has anyone in the chat used a claim? We already done that. Okay, let's continue. Now let's continue. Now here we go. We say fake. All right, false. All right, is it factual or is it false when you get information from different people that are representing you? Now, VA Claims Insider never represented veterans before the VA. Now, this is key. Now, follow what Mr. International is saying. They never represented veterans before the VA. Matter of fact, that's how they can't be really punished. They actually dealing directly with the veterans. And it's kind of third party. The Bill Paxton and everybody, the VA, everybody up in arms against him. What do you call that? The lawyers are hired at him too, and other agencies in particular. They make videos all about him. But guess what? He never been before a claims board to represent a veteran. He sit back in the cut, his agency, and they help you get different things together, I guess. They gonna have to prove this because they doing it by secondhand, word of mouth. Real powerful statement there, Mr. International. Now let's continue. Now here we go. Deception, lane deception. Watch when people are deceiving you. They telling you, you know what they telling you? Oh, I can get you your benefits on the first try. Oh, everybody that comes through me, I can help you. I am an expert. That's why I don't like that word expert. Huh? Because the VA, you could have all your stuff together and the VA will still deny you. You understand? Let me pull myself up for a minute. Yeah, you can have all of it together and they deny you. They'll tell you wasn't in the duty station that you were at the post you were at, and you actually have to. I've actually had to send my DD-214 in that they should have a copy of, right, to show them I was in Desert Storm, to show them I was stationed at Fort Carson. They don't have to. Sometimes they don't even look at your paperwork. They don't look at your evidence. That's why you put it on that supported claim form that we told you about earlier. Huh? Now, let us continue. The lawsuit. Okay, remember, the lawsuit, they are being sued. All right? They are being sued. VA claim insiders are being sued. They're not being prosecuted. They're being sued. Like somebody go to divorce court being sued. Now, what is a lawsuit? A claim or dispute brought to a court of law for a disputed matter. VA Insider ain't backing down. They saying we helping veterans just like the accredited ones are. We unaccredited. Now they admitting that, and like I say, we never went before any VA agency representing veterans. Now let us continue. Now, so what's your opinion? Do you true or false? Do you think if I said VA claim insider is helping veterans, do you think that's true? Who think it's false? False. Put a T if you think they're helping veterans. In other words, do you think there should be unaccredited people that help veterans? Do it have to be just people accredited through the VA? If you think that it should be both, say true. If you think it should be only accredited, say F for false. Now let's see what our brother Mr. International says here. There is a one-time exception for the non-accredited individuals may represent to one veteran on a single benefit claim so long as the individual is doing it free of charge. Okay, teach us. That's why, do you see what type of people we got in here? How many? Not. This is what he do, Mr. International. Check him out, check his credentials. Huh? He be bringing that high-five knowledge, I tell you that much. Now, let us continue. Oh, we dealing with that. Let me ask you here, how y'all feel about, we talked about this before, reporting fraud. If somebody, that's why you don't need to be talking about your business. Those about to get out the military, let me tell you the story I was about to tell you. I was about to get out the military. I was stationed in Fort Carson. I was getting out in about 2 or 3 months. And one old hater dude, he got in front of the lieutenant. We was in a tent in the field, out there, in the woods, and in a GP medium. And that guy said, "Oh, you H-Town vet." He didn't call me H-Town vet. H-Town vet, you about the ETS. He was being messy, right? Because I was keeping a low profile. And you know what that lieutenant said? "You haven't ETS yet. You better watch it, H-Town vet." You know what I did? I went to my sergeant first class I didn't have no attitude for threats. I've been a drug him all around that base. You understand? I got a bad temper, especially after Desert Storm. I wasn't trying to hear it. So I talked to a Vietnam veteran who was my sergeant first class. He was a platoon sergeant. And he made that lieutenant come over to talk to me and apologize. Well, I don't know what's wrong. I say, you threaten me. I say, you don't threaten. I don't respond well to threats. And I ain't had nothing to say to you. I can't follow you if I can't trust you. And that's how that worked out. So watch before you get out the military. When I was getting ready to leave in ETS, when I had went to check went over that E7 sergeant, the E5 sergeant was saying, "Why you didn't come and tell me?" I say, "Because you new here and I don't know you. I trust that sergeant." Do you know he would go behind? He said, "You can trust me." That's what he told me. But as soon as you know how you go around and you get your checklist off when you ETSing, he was going around asking my roommate, "Was he in the room today? Was he at this?" They would tell me everything he would ask. You can move freely when you're doing that. Let's see what he's saying here. I believe veterans have the right to choose who they want to help them. Who feel that veterans have a right to choose whether they're accredited or not? Do you think you have to go through people that the VA approve of when the VA ain't doing right by you most of the time? What's your opinion on that? Let us know in the chat. And thank for you joining us, even though we in here doing the Olympic time. You understand? Let me pull this whole screen up here. Now, okay. So what is fraud? Now, fraud is a criminal act. If you put something on that form for VA compensation and it's not true, depending on how bad it is and how much money the VA give you, that's considered fraud. What is fraud? The intentional misrepresentation of information to gain undeserved payment for a claim. Watch out now. Now let us continue. Okay, now let's talk about the next one. Let's say you get arrested, you get charged with something. Getting charged with something don't mean that you're convicted. All right? Like they're being charged, but it's not a criminal charge. Okay? But from my knowledge, they're not getting charged. VA insider not being VA claim insider is not being charged with a crime. But if you get charged, so what's the charge? Accused of a crime under law. All right, they're accused. They are charged, but they're accused of a crime. All right, that's not a conviction, but that's more of a lawsuit. Now, indictment, that's when it get bad. If they get indicted, this is what all of y'all are worried about. What happens to the veteran if they get indicted? What if the veteran signed something that wasn't true because one of these uncredited agencies asked them to do so? Whatever you sign to, be careful what you sign to. Don't never sign anything blindly. Now let us continue. We're almost toward that end. Now, what is an indictment? That's when the jail time, put them RICO charges on you. You understand? An indictment is a formal charge or accusation of a serious crime. And fraud is a serious crime. Fraudulent misuse of VA benefits. Now, if those of you that are new here, you need to know this. Once you get your VA compensation disability, you can lose it if you get arrested and stay in jail for 61 days for a felony. So whatever happens, if you ever get charged with anything, try not to spend over 60 days in jail on a felony. If you are 100%, if you from 20 to 100%, they knock you down to a 10% compensation rate. If you're 10%, they cut it in half. And you're 0%, they just leave it at 0%. All right? Oh boy. Oh, give me a second here. I always mess up the thing. Hold on. I'm an H-Town vet. I'm here. Are y'all still in the room with me? Let me know if y'all still here. I'm almost finished. Let me see. Can I pull this up? Oh, Lord. I kind of moved it. I'm going to get back to it. Okay, y'all still here. Okay, I'm on indictment. Let me get that to that. Okay, the indictment. Okay, let's see what he's saying here. Do you have to be granted by the VA to assist claims in preparation, presentation, and prosecution of Prosecution of benefits claim. Uh, Mr. International, if you understand exactly what he's saying, because he kind of, I'm not fully getting the question. If you know, you help us out with that. Now, let us continue. Let me make sure I get that. We talked about don't spend more than 61 days in jail. Do the VA follow you? Now, what I want you to do, those of you that are active duty right now, be mindful of everything you do. Don't over exaggerate anything. If you tell them you can barely walk, don't be doing cartwheels and stuff, because they might have a private investigator watching you, because they got to pay you big money getting out that military, and they're going to have to pay you for the rest of your life. And once you get your full benefit, they're going to have to pay your dependents also. So you think they, just like Social Security, they'll do something to try to cut that off. Now, let us continue. We want to give special thanks to all of you. Well, we want to give thanks to all of you for supporting us with your information, your kindness, with being there for us. But we also want to give special thanks to Military Mike for his continued donations, and Mr. International. I really appreciate it, and it means a lot. And it helped us to come up with these videos, get the equipment that we need. And I don't know what I'd do without all of y'all. And the way y'all encourage me by and those of you, not just people that donate financially, those of you that come in here giving information, y'all help me. Y'all make me feel like I'm accomplishing something. Here go the emotional H-Town vet. We almost at the end. I ain't got time for all that. Y'all the reason that black men dying, black men crying the dog. I say it because somebody left the light off. That's why they wrote that book. Now, let's see what our brother, Mr. International, say here. He say, have to be accredited to represent veterans, to prepare, present, and prosecute, but there's exceptions such as helping family members as long as there's no charge. Remember, what changes the game is no charge. Like we helping y'all, but I'm not saying, hey, you do this, pay me this and that. We doing a thing. Y'all donate, I'm good. But I ain't making I ain't filling out nobody claims or nothing. Now, I waited 3 years to become accredited. He's accredited, so you can look him up through I'm assuming with the VA. The VA didn't want to let me, but they didn't deny what I know. He know what he knows. So what y'all need to do, look up, get with Mr. Nash, look him up, and he should be on the accreditation list with the VA. They got a list. He'll tell you about it. And we got somebody right in the house who's always supportive with the knowledge, and he throw the change there too. Now, that's all right. We appreciate you. Now, so this is our cash out. H-Town Vet, Northside, capitalized the H, the T, the V, and the N. I tried all them other things, y'all. I'm working on it because they give me all kind of hassle. I'm trying to do, I was on almost 2 days with PayPal. Now, glad to hear that, Mr. International. You can look over this. This is good here. You can look over the information that we cover. Now let us continue. Now we're in the after party for those of you that are new. And guess what? Y'all didn't get me tonight. Let me tell you why. Bernie, if you still here, I got my doggone cashews. You understand? Y'all ain't gonna keep me and starve me out. Now, at this point, we're in the after party. Whatever you want to talk about, we're gonna try to answer it here in the chat. Look, it be about so many people here doing the lesson part of it. Everybody gonna start showing up. I could get off the screen and not talk, and it'll just blow up the number of people that's in here. Even when there was an election, I say, man, y'all something, because people like interacting with each other. They don't hear me running my mouth all day. Now, if y'all want to come up, we can try to do the voice thing if y'all like to. Cashews. Yeah. Good deal. I get them at the grocery store. Now, I want to ask y'all, any veteran news, anything going in y'all personal life, anything that y'all want to talk about. You want to talk about things going on, what you going to do if you still here, y'all is getting out the military, what y'all going to do? You talking about coming back to Houston and our other brother, you talking about when you get out, what y'all going to do? What's your plan? Are you starting to prepare? He said, what I drank with those cashews? Nothing but water, partner. You don't want me drinking. I ain't had no drink since 91. I like to fight when I drink, and I like to fight tall guys. Got that short man complex, you know what I'm saying? And no, I ain't no get right with me. Now, anybody watching if you're still here, why are you, if you don't mind telling us, sister, let me find my sister. If you're still here, why are you protesting Danica, why are you protesting the Olympics? Let us know. Anybody else got a problem with the Olympics? Anybody support the Olympics? What's y'all opinion on that? What do y'all think about the information we covered tonight? Was I fair? Was I harsh on unaccredited people or agencies? Or was I just putting the information out there? What's your opinion? Let us know in the chat. Let us know, please. Anything the news, any veteran news, anything y'all want to talk about. How long before we have Veteran Day? Who gonna eat those free meals? You understand? And we got to get this information out there so people can hear it. Let me pull myself up for a minute. I'm gonna go back here. For those that didn't. Okay, here we go. That's what we're talking about right there. That's the list you need to run. Good information. Okay, Mr. International. July 2024, the VA made changes to individual unemployability. So we got breaking news. Let's get back to it. Breaking news about it. Let us know what that changes are there, my brother. Huh? Let us know. Oh, we about to go over here. We dropping the news. Let us know, how did they change unemployability? Okay, I'm protesting the Olympics because of the blasphemy that took place in the opening ceremony. Now, I don't know what happened, but I'm assuming it was something. Look, I have watched it. It's something putting black people, making them the face of something, I bet. Because they don't do it to nobody else. They got us looking weird or got a man in a tutu or something, right? What happened? Let us know. Okay. Just give us a little hint, Eddie. Just give us a little hint, Major Boomer. Okay. Because we don't want them hating on the channel, but let us know, give a little hint. How much would health insurance cost for a civilian to be the same medical of 100% permanent total? We talked about that in the last live stream. Health-related coverage to include dental with no cost out of pocket. Man, you talking about no cost out of pocket. It wouldn't be that $5,000 or $6,000 I told you, because that didn't include dental. That probably be $20,000 or more, man, depending on how often you go to the hospital. What about the thing Project 25 says that they have planned for vets? What did they say they had planned for veterans in Project 25? They scaring people with that Project 25. What you talking about, man? I'm not scared of no Project 25. They walking up in the black people house and shooting them in the face. So Project 25 is the last thing on my mind. And there ain't nobody saying nothing. A woman, a woman, an innocent woman. So I don't know much about Project 25. Tell me a little bit about it. For those of you that are 50 to 90%, what are dental coverage costs per month? Yeah, I want to know if you pay for dental and you're not 100% yet, what is the cost for you? And what is the cost for your dependents, your spouses and children? Let us know in the chat, because we want to know how much this dental work is worth. And we just talking about necessary dental work, not the dental work dealing with like cosmetic, like teeth whitening and all type of veneers and stuff like that, because the VA hospital dental don't cover that. It only cover necessary dental. Now look, like I said, now all of a sudden the chat going back up. Any news y'all want to talk about as you come into the room? All right. Anything you want to talk about. I'm gonna pull these headset off because one of them is crazy in the ear. All right. This is where y'all get to say, anybody want to come on? Anybody want to come on? You let me put the email up there after I put y'all information. Has the country forgot about the veterans? Do y'all feel that the country has forgotten about the veterans? Let us know. That they go through times where they support us and then other times that they don't. Did they mention the veterans at the Olympics? Let us know. I guess because it's out of the country, maybe not. Okay, you will need to watch the fool to understand. It slandered Jesus and the Christian faith. Wow. Wow. I didn't see that coming. Okay, if you're 100% and get reduced, do you lose dental that was used for 4 years? Yes, Whiskey. If you lose your 100% or you lose your unemployability, any type of 100%, you will lose the dental care. I don't know if they're in the middle of doing it, they're gonna stop, but yeah, at some point you're gonna lose it. That's why we fight to protect it. Project 25 says they want to cut VA benefits. Are you sure? If these are these Republicans? Republicans don't cut veteran benefits. Now, who's making Project 25? Democrats, Republicans, or independents? Okay, and make it more difficult for soldiers to get service connected. You know, they doing that anyway. Tell us, Mr. International, if you're still here, tell us how they changed unemployability. IU to be particularly individual employability that you brought up. Okay, if 90 and don't work, who do get insurance then? How much is private health insurance if you're 90%? So if you're 90%, you ain't working, how much that insurance is? You need to be filing for unemployability, what you need to be if you're 90%. Because it's hard to get from 90% to 100. We'll talk about that math on a later date. Now, normally Republicans don't cut benefits. That's true. That's that's true. I heard, normally they don't cut benefits, but both of them have done. Even now, under Democrats, we've got some positive lanes going toward us. Now, I had to, be straight about all that. Any other information y'all saying? Let us know. Now, how's y'all weather doing? Is anybody in the middle of a storm? It won't stop raining down here. We had that hurricane, and now it's still raining. Now we're going to get to you, but I want to hear what Mr. International says. The claim for IU may not be freestanding claim and must be associated with the evaluation of a current service connected condition or an initial request for service connect. They always making it hard. How do you think this might hurt veterans? Let us know, Mr. International, in the chat with your wisdom, my brother. Now, let us continue. Okay, Whiskey for me says, I've had no support from my family or friends. Well, you got family here, partner. We care about you. I've lost all my friends, and now I'm finding peace, honesty. It's fine for me. I'm going to be honest with you. I only deal with 2 of my family members, and I have nearly 2,000 family members that live in the Houston area, and that's where I live. Because I ain't putting up with no drama. I ain't got no problem with them. I ain't say they wasn't welcome at my house, but you can't come to my house with no confusion. And sometimes when you start be successful, people start hating a little bit. They don't want to be around unless there's some drama now or something bad happened to you. Now, if my house get flooded, everybody want to come over to so-called help me because they want to see me doing bad. Huh? I'm going to dance with the people that brought me to the party. Now, the VA has been my only support, and they have been great. Okay, respect. See, some people have positive experience. Now, let's see what VA Claim Insider say. Okay, you already said that. He say 11 months sober. Now, listen, can we give a congratulation to every time he bring it up? Whiskey for me. I don't know why he got named Whiskey for me when he's been sober for 11 months. Huh? Somebody give him a shout out. Much love. Good job. Good job. All right. All right. I said good job. He said congratulations. Now listen what he say. I'm going to allow the VA to reevaluate all of the service-connected conditions. I'm going to allow the VA to reevaluate all the service-connect conditions. Really? Why? Let's know. He said, I'm proud of you. See, we giving you that support because sometimes you got to get away from the people because they might have some kind of condition or habit that'll keep you down. You know, that's why I used to tell one of my uncles who was on drugs, if you keep hanging around the people your friends, y'all gonna be doing the same thing. Okay, I have a question. We're gonna wait on this question. Y'all go ahead and keep talking. Put the question in. I'm gonna step away for a couple of seconds, but I'm here. All right, y'all go ahead. I'm gonna step away for a moment. Okay, I'm back, wonderful people. Here we go. Major Boom say, whiskey for me. You might want to come up with a new handle celebrating your accomplishment. He said, whiskey for me. That is a contradiction, boy. That's funny there. Let me, let's see what he said. You're going in a new, you're going a great new direction. Yes. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. Now, what did I want to say to y'all? Whatever y'all want to say, what do y'all want to talk about? He say, I will at my first year mark, a month away. You better stay. Don't look at that name then for the next month. You better get rid of it. Now, are you going to come up with your own name, or can just for fun, can we put some examples of a new new handle for you in the chat? Who want to put a new handle for whiskey for me in the chat? What would be a good handle for him? Let us know. Now I want to put my email up. If y'all want to come up and you don't want to show your face, if you want to just do, I'm gonna try to do it with just your voice. Okay, I can pull you up and then put just if you want to talk or if you want to show your face, let us know. Who want to try it? We never done it. Let me know if anybody want to try it. GB said, how much improvement and substantial improvement would it take for a reduction? Is therapy and pills a reason? Not necessarily. If they say you're showing continuous improvement, you have to show continuous improvement. Or if you stop taking the medication, that could be saying that you're not, the reason your condition is so bad, they're going to say because you're not following treatment. That's usually not, a lot of people bring that up. He said, yep, I'll change it. Okay, he said, good idea. Yeah, so yeah, you need to go to the treatment. But if you have to continue to take the medicine, you can't stop getting your treatment. Always get your treatment. Don't worry too much. You just keep, if that doctor say, let them know if your problem's still bad, tell them, yeah, I'm getting the treatment, but my problem's still bad. Don't worry about that. And let them know what hurts you and all that. Okay, we've been here too. Man, the other night we was here for 4 hours. 4 hours. We ain't gonna try to do that. 4.5 hours. We had 2. I'm surprised we got on through the information and we've done good. Any of the new people, if you're still here, do you have any questions? Let me pull that email up like I told you. Now there it is right there. Let me know. I'm gonna check my email to see if any of y'all send me an email, and I'll send you a link to your email, and all you have to do is click on that link and join us. Okay, let me know. Alaska says, how do you sell the 20-year career in the military to an 18-year-old, or is AI making it a 5 to 10-year career? But AI ain't no joke. No. How y'all think it's gonna go? Let me know. I'm gonna be on these cashews, so I don't want y'all sitting there watching me eat. Let me know. Let's see what he say here. Will all felonies disqualify for benefits? No. Only, you say felonies? It ain't just the felony. Yeah, all felonies, if you've been in jail for at least 61 days. If you do 60 days for a felony, you're okay. Once it gets to 61, yes. All felonies, from what I know, unless somebody knows something differently. Check my email to see if anybody sent me anything. But just had an email so I can contact you sometime. Alaskan Ice. Let's see what our sister's saying. Okay, Project 2025 recommends. I knew that was 2025. Listen, she peep game here. She bringing that knowledge to us. Now y'all about to start kick off. Y'all gonna see it got so exciting the other night. It slowed down, but then before you know it, I had to leave. We was here 4.5 hours because the new people come in. Young people bring life to us. Y'all know that? When these young people come in, they bring life to us. Okay, Project 2025. Let's see what Alaskan Ice said. Project 2025 recommends speeding up the review process and consider limits on what claims will qualify future receipt of VA benefit, qualify future recipients of VA benefits. Wow. Now that sounds scary. Just explain the difference between long money and big money. Which one will last you a lifetime? Long money, I think. Depending how you define it. Big money, if you're not smart with it, you can lose it. Huh? See, VA money is long money. It ain't big money, it's long money. You understand? And when it being long money, it'll last you longer. It may not be much as somebody with big money, but people with big money, they can get sued and lose everything. I like that long money. Now, no, we don't for Alaskan Ice. Her name is Alaskan Ice, okay? Yeah, we appreciate it, but we're going to go by the names of everybody. So we appreciate it, but make sure it's Alaskan Ice, not the other name, AZ, because I made a mistake saying it. Sorry about that, Alaskan Ice. Okay, in other words, some medical conditions may receive different ratings in the future. Wow. That means veterans who file claims in the future could qualify for fewer disability benefits than they would now, or no benefits at all. This is getting scary. What can we do to fight this, y'all? What can we do to fight this? Huh? Let me know. I don't want to see y'all see me in these cashews. Just keep putting information in there. That's it. Thanks, Alexa. Nice. Y'all keep putting that high fire in there. We doing good. Let me know if y'all ready to close it out. Let me know. If not, we gonna keep it going. What did y'all hear about? Did the president say, did Trump say that he wouldn't debate the vice president? Did President Trump say he would not debate the vice president? Is that true? That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is. Let us know in the chat. These cashews taste good. Say vote. Don't listen to what they say. It's what they sign. Well, if they don't offer me tangibles, if they not offering my people reparations, I'm not voting for no. We not already voted for people, and they ain't gave us nothing. They gave it to everybody else but us. I need tangible. Unless they give me tangibles, so you got to teach people how to treat you. Let me get on this screen. You know, other people, they demand things. We're the largest voting bloc for the Democratic Party, but they don't offer us nothing but benign neglect. They don't give black people nothing but a holiday. No, I want some of the benefits they giving the Ukrainians. They giving them undocumented immigrants coming over here, them illegal aliens. They giving them money, credit cards. They ain't giving my people nothing. We built it. You understand? No, I want tangibles. What the woman used to say in the song, what have you done for me lately? Don't talk about what you did for me last week. What have you done for me lately? You understand? I miss Dogface Soldier. I hope you're all right. Now, Whiskey for Me says, I have appointments all day tomorrow. I'm going to rest. I'm gonna change the name the next cast. Okay, do that. I learned so much. Yeah, because we love you. We don't want you saying that name and relapse. Because we want you to get to that next month. And we're gonna celebrate when you get to that next month. You hear me? Non-alcoholic celebration, of course. Okay. Write your congressional representative learning the potential reductions of veterans. Concerning the potential, okay. Oh. Whiskey for Me, good evening. All right. Anything that y'all learn, that y'all know that you think that you haven't told us already that would be helpful to us as veterans? When they call me for a survey. Have they called you from Washington, D.C. for a survey about veterans? Let us know in the chat. Okay, now we want to give a shout out to the people that are joining us today. Danica, Evan Almighty, John. They may be here, may not be here right now, but we giving love and shout out. Lewis, Military Mike, keeping it legal. Oasis, Alaskany, what the GL, EM. Let's see. Mr. International, we thank you too. Angel, my brother, as always. Bernie. And I'm gonna tell you, John, you and Danica, y'all came in here and y'all interacted. You don't know what it means to us as veterans have been in a while ago for y'all to come in and just fit right in. We know that y'all gonna keep this thing going when we dead and gone. And we thank you for that. Kevin, our brother Kevin, Alaskan Ice. Give them shout outs. Our brother David Johnson. Okay, I think I did. Major Boomer. AZ. Michael Davis. Now let me catch back up because y'all probably putting a whole bunch of things in the chat. All right. Well, if y'all don't have much to say, we had a good night. I hope the information was informative, as some have said. I want y'all to get your rest if you got to go to work tomorrow. And let us know now before you leave, what topics do you want to cover going forward? I'm trying to get the weather together for high level review. I'm gonna cover that probably in the after party next time we are. And supplemental claims. We'll cover that in the after party, among what other things. What other things do y'all want to talk about? He say no way to the survey. I did. I gave him a mouthful though. Every few months he get one. Keeping it legal. Very good session. Thank you. what to do if you can't get the nexus. Oh, get your evidence together. If you go to a CMP exam, a compensation and pension, they can establish the nexus in there, but you got to get to the exam. Sometimes the VA won't give you the exam without the nexus, but give some ideas of how to get a nexus, y'all. You can watch our video connecting your evidence to it, but you're gonna have to have somebody connected. Sometimes VA do it right out the bat. If it's a evidence-based claim, if it's a presumptive claim like the PAC Act, it's presumptive. If you were there, you get it. You don't need a nexus. Am I right, everybody? Let them know in the chat. I want to ask y'all this here. Would you rent out one of your rooms in your house to let somebody stay there for extra money? That's what I want to ask y'all. If you got extra rooms, do you feel comfortable with anybody else living in your house or renting it out as an Airbnb and you stay in one part and they stay in the other? Major Boomer said he wouldn't rent out nothing. He said it depends on the evidence. 70% and never had it. Yeah, you had a nexus. You just probably didn't have a nexus letter. When they say you service connected, that SC, that means that's a nexus. Service connection has the same meaning as nexus. If you service connected at 70%, that is your nexus. And they're going to tell you what condition that you're service connected for. What you service connected for, keeping it legal for 70%, if you don't mind telling. Are there any student refunds on student loan payments if you get total impairment disability loan forgiveness? Yeah, they give refunds. If you paid the loan all the way off, no. So one of them I never paid nothing on. From what I heard, they do. I don't know for sure. But one of my veteran brothers, a Vietnam veteran, his daughter went to medical school. And when I told him, yeah, he could get his money back, his name was on one of her loans. Now he was 100%. So she got that, but she needed more money. So he he got $15,000 back. Did you hear what I said? Oh, Ace is crazy. He said, yeah, the CMP examiner can rent my place to see how my 100% permanent total TDIU looks like. Yeah, I was like, you made me laugh up at that. Eyes, ears, internal, and knees. Okay. Now, nobody pees in my house. No. Don't want to be. He's something else. No. He said, wow. Or not helping with this one here. Some of y'all, we've answered this question. Some people have answered this question. Are CMP exams, which is compensation and pension, in person or virtual? It depends. Sometimes they might be virtual, but as who tells us that all the time? Alaskan Ice says that they can be, because of that go meter, if you need something done with your back or certain, they got to measure, they have to do measurements or how far your arm moves, the doctor gonna have to do that in person. And if they do one over video and they deny you, then you can complain. But if they do one over video and you get everything you deserve, just chill. Let us know. Any last statements? I'm here. The H-Town vet in the house. Any other questions, statements, suggestions? What do you think we could do to improve the channel? What new things would y'all like to do? What new topics do y'all want to talk about? Talk to me. Tell me some topics y'all want to talk about. I've done it both ways with various success, virtually and in person. Okay. Now let's see what I skipped you. I didn't mean to skip it. It jumped up. Is 100% PNT a valid reason to not to go to jury duty? Asking for a friend. Yes, it is. But I don't know if I was about to do that. But they're going to want some of your medical information. And I don't want to give the county my medical information. Then they use that to keep me from getting other things. Because now they got documented record of my medical history. That's what you have to show why you don't want to go to jury duty. They're going to want your medical information. And I wouldn't give it to them. Let's see what he's saying. I've done both ways. Okay. Okay. This is what Keeping It Legal says. Okay. That's a heck of a name. Okay. Make sure you're early to your CMP exam. Okay, right. A brother showed up last and they wouldn't let him wait to see if they has an opening. Oh, he showed up late. Okay, I guess you meant late. Made him reschedule. That's careless. You're supposed to be there 30 minutes early. Ain't no excuse for you to get there late. That's reckless. That's, in my opinion, that's on him. Unless you got something in a car wreck or something. Let's talk about what to bring to the CMP exam on the next thing. Okay. Well, you don't need to bring much. You want to bring something that if you got something in your that shows that your condition, that shows the severity level of your condition. Let's say you need something that shows a nexus. If you got something, a doctor connecting your military service, that shows a diagnosis, and you don't know if they have it in your records. Show them that. If you have something that shows service connection, show the CMP doctor that. If you got something that shows your severity level, show them that in 1 or 2 pages on each one. Okay. And what not to bring? Don't be bringing that that DSM-5 book or the VA law book. Okay. On time is late. It's $1 million appointment. That's right. You need to be there 15 to 20 minutes earlier, just in case traffic, at least 30 minutes, really. You show him the DSM-5. You crazy. He won't come there with the diagnostic and statistical manual. You out of control, man. You something else. If you get a copy of the DSM-5, you will actually it'll tell you about the mental health and the ratings. Remember, we talk about the code sheet. Watch our video, the VA code sheet, and we break it down. We did a live on it also. And that's the sheet that you could take in there. Good question. Yes, Alaskany, you can bring your code sheet. Everybody needs to get a copy of their code sheet. Did you hear what I said? You need to get your code sheet. Who doesn't have a copy or don't know what it is? Well, first, who has a copy of the VA code sheet? Mm-hmm. You need a copy of that VA code sheet. When you talk to your doctor, ask them if it's chronic, and if so, have them write it down. And you ask them this way, Doc, you want to know the prognosis. So what you're asking me, Doctor, how do you see my condition going forward? Do you think it's going to continue? It's going to get worse? What's your medical opinion on that, Doctor? Because that's what I really need that to try to help with the VA. And some doctors will help you. No, I don't know what I did that for. Okay. Any other statements here? Well, we're going to get ready to close it out. Please go back and watch videos in our video library. Make sure, if you would like to connect to our email, so I can contact y'all directly and let y'all know when it's a live stream, or if different things. I can talk to y'all if y'all have any questions of me. We can do that. And also my let's see. Okay, now this is in. You can't just leave us hanging. Okay, Alaskan Ice. She say I was dismissed from jury duty because I had several doctor's appointments. Were they VA appointments? Let us know. I want to know about that. Let us know in the chat. Now, did you have to take a copy of your doctor's appointment in, Alaskan Ice? And if you suffer from different types of medical conditions, does that exclude you from jury duty? Okay, GL says learned a lot. When my energy is done, it's time to move on to the hay. Have a great week. Okay, we're gonna see you on Thursday. Be here. Let's see what you're in there. We're gonna start closing it out. How to effectively get across on a higher level review called prove there's an error. That's a key thing. I do. Okay. Well, we're going to call it a night. If y'all have no more comments, and I'd like to thank you for joining us here at the H-Town Vet. And keep the comments coming. You know, they still be coming this after. I will be looking at them. But good night. So everybody give a good night if you want to say something. Good night from the H-Town Vet. And I want y'all to be safe until we meet on Thursday. We're going to have more information. Night all from Oasis. Keeping it legal says good night. So, I heard that. That's a good one. Peace. Okay. Good night. Good night, Angel. Good night. What the good night? Keeping it legal. Good night, Yendale. Oh, sorry. Good night, Alaskan Ice. Good night, Alaskan. Good night, AZ. Sorry about that, sister. Good night, folks, he say. Thank y'all for everything. And this concludes this live stream. And good night.